Hey, welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and we've got our Saturday pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. So I want to start off by saying that Soulshackle will and is going to sell out. I promise you this. Just wait and see, or actually don't wait and see. The reason I am this confident is Games Workshop has switched around a couple of things, and they have limited the amount of copies that stores are getting to 2 per. This is almost unheard of. This type of limitation only ever occurs when there are serious limitations on the actual product being offered, and Games Workshop wants to funnel all the sales through their store. So if you want a copy of Soulshackle, do not mess around. It will sell out. Eventually, all of the components will be available for sale individually. It's just a matter of when that happens and whether or not the weight matters to you. So last time when we saw our sellout for Kill Team, it was literally months before you were able to order those items. As a matter of fact, they're just coming up for pre-order now. So honestly, I just would not hold off on this. So that being said, we have the Soulshackle set, $185, 2 new Kill Teams, 1 new sprue of scattered terrain, a bunch of the same old Into the Dark awesome terrain, and then also a brand new board as well. So again, really cool set. I wouldn't mess around on this one. GW did put a maximum order of 3 per customer. So if you are interested in this, it is limited to 3. Hopefully that will help to spread these out a little bit more. But I do fully expect this to sell out in the next few minutes. All right, and then we have the Kasrkins. They are back. So they were in the previous set, sold out extremely fast. Everybody was super bummed out about it. They could have easily sold hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands more copies, but didn't have them available. So the Kasrkins just now available separately. Again, these will sell out. They still have broken rules in Warhammer 40k, and I fully expect until these sell out, those rules will stay broken. Afterwards, they'll come back in, nerf it, cut it down to a maximum of 6 mortal wounds, and all of a sudden it'll be more in line with regular stuff. But these Kasrkins are super cool models, but the rules are broken in 40k. So if you want them, you better get them quick because they will sell out. Now, for stuff like the Imperial Breachers and the Krule, I don't see any issue with that. I don't think there's going to be any issue getting a hold of them going into the future. They may sell out temporarily for a short period of time. The Breachers are really good. The Krule are super cool models, but I don't think there's going to be the same demand for them. Next, we have the Herotech Circle. Again, this was in the same box that sold out very, very quickly. Now, that being said, Shadowvaults was a cool box and everything, but the majority of the people were buying it for the Kasrkins. So even though the Necrons are super cool and they were the other side of that box, I really just don't think it's going to be the same issue. So even if they do sell out initially, I think you'll still be able to get them at like random places. And there's a big difference between the Webstore selling out, your local game store selling out, and like the entire internet and planet Earth not having something. So in the Kasrkin situation, in the Shadowvaults situation, that's basically what happened. The entire Earth did not have any of these things, but in the rest of the situations, usually it just goes away for a couple weeks and then comes back. So here we see the Shadowvaults book. I imagine anything Shadowvaults will probably be gone, at least initially, after a little bit here, just because so many people have been waiting to get a hold of this stuff, and now they finally have an opportunity to do so. Then we have the Into the Dark book. Again, I don't think this is going to be an issue. There's still tons and tons of copies of Into the Dark floating around, so there's no real excuse for why there would be a shortage of the Farstalker Kinband Krule or the Navis Breachers. And then we have all of the dice. Some cool looking dice, honestly. Very cool. I really like a lot of them, but just way too overpriced. So my dice boycott continues. If and when I break down and finally do buy some dice, I promise to let you guys know. I won't just do it silently. So then we see the KillZone Gallowdark board. So this is just everything from the Into the Dark set, all of the terrain. So this is $150, which is ridiculously expensive. They have completely jacked up the price. I was expecting this to be closer to like $112, which is what the KillZones normally cost. But this is $150. The Kill Team Into the Dark set was, I want to say $210. Yeah, that sounds right. So you're basically like $60. You get the book, you get the both kill teams, etc. I think this is way overpriced in my opinion. This is essentially just half of the boarding action set with 1 extra sprue of like scatter terrain. In my opinion, you're way better off just picking up a copy of Into the Dark. They're still all over the internet for like under $200. So basically for like $30 more than this, you get the books, the kill teams, all that stuff. So then we have the Shadowvaults upgrade sprue. Again, I think this is going to go pretty quick. Anything to do with Shadowvaults that was limited that people want is going to sell out. This is actually a really cool sprue. $35 for it too. Pretty good price, honestly, considering what it is. But again, probably going to sell out. So now on to Warcry. So Warcry did not see the same issues at all. Sundered Fate was still 100% available in Games Workshop's web store until literally a couple days ago when they just took it out. So there's going to be no issue getting the Hunters of Huanchi, no issues getting the Jade Obelisk, and then we have the new Bloodhunt set. So the new Bloodhunt set is being treated the same way as the Kill Team set is. Maximum copies, 3 per person. It's a pretty cool set overall, but the truth is, Kill Team is the equivalent skirmish game of 40k, which is exponentially more popular. And then Sigmar is obviously popular, but Warcry is a skirmish game of that. And it just does not have nearly the same level of interest as 40k or Kill Team or even Sigmar. So the truth is, I don't think this is going to be an issue. I don't think this thing is going to be sold out. I don't think it's going to be an issue getting your hands on Bloodhunt the same way that it will on the Kill Team sets. And then just scrolling down here, we see the Legion Skyhunter Squadron. This is something I do think will sell out. A lot of the Horus Heresy stuff sells out right away and then takes months to restock. So if you're after these Legion Skyhunter Squadrons, if you're after the new bikes, I would not hesitate, as again, in my humble opinion, they will be sold out rather quickly. And now a quick message from this week's sponsor. This video is sponsored by CMOgames.com, where you can get 15% off most Games Workshop pre-orders, and they go live right at midnight Saturday mornings. CMOgames.com offers free shipping on orders over $25 in the US 48, and most orders ship within 24 hours. CMOgames.com has been selling Games Workshop products online for more than 20 years, and customer service is their top priority. CMOgames.com carries the full line of Games Workshop products, including 40k, Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, Warcry, paints, hobbies, and tools. Visit CMOgames.com using the affiliate link in the description below so they know you heard about CMOgames.com from Warhammer Man Studios. Now, back to the video. We then go on to see a bunch of the new Lord of the Rings stuff. Actually, this is all made to order stuff right here. So it's like a up to 6-month delay before you get it, but it's only a limited amount of time you can actually order it. So if you are after Gimli, Theoden, the Heroes of Helm's Deep, Gamling, the Warg Attack, Uruk-hai, Warg Riders, Gandalf, Frodo, Sam, Golem. If you're after any of these things, the Ringwraith Gunfelbeast, Rangers of Athelion, I would not hesitate to get those. Again, because there's a limited amount of time. I don't think they're going to sell out or anything like that because it's made to order. So it's just up to how many people order. And then after that, they are no longer in that window. We then see White Dwarf 485. I'm sure it has some cool articles in it. And then we're on to some of the stuff from last week. So if ever there was a dice set that was going to make me break my boycott, it would probably be the World Leaders dice. They are super cool. I really like them. But I am holding strong. I am passing on the dice. I don't like the way Games Workshop has been doing their rollouts and everything lately. And, it's not a big deal, but my boycott is the dice. So here we see all the World Eater stuff from last week here. Lots of cool stuff there. We saw essentially the boarding patrol set and the Balefleet battle force were treated exactly the same way as what we're seeing this week, where Games Workshop essentially restricted all of the locations from getting like more than 1 or even 0 copies of them. And then they sold as many as they could through the web store, which obviously was not that many as they're both still readily available. And now they're offering a reorder to all the shops to be able to get some. So a lot of the shops got 0 or maybe they got 2. Now they're going to be able to reorder as many as you want. And again, just as a gauge, I'm sure some people will have something to say about this, but if you go on the website, you can order 10 right now directly from Games Workshop. So obviously these things did not sell well. Obviously their plan did not go well. And by their plan, I mean to funnel all the sales directly to the web store so they can sell everything to you at full price, as opposed to a middleman or your regular local friendly game store or internet supplier, getting a hold of them, getting to sell them to you at a discount. So you save money, they make a little money, Games Workshop makes substantially less money. So their goal is to sell you everything direct with their full-on FOMO treatment like we see going on right now. And if you don't believe me, you can just scroll down here and see all of the stuff that FOMO sold out, limited copies, obviously. So that being said, definitely a big week for Kill Team players out there. I hate the feeling of FOMO where you got to rush in and buy them. And look at that, Kasrkin's already sold out just during this video, which is, we're only about like 8-9 minutes into it right now. And Kill Team Soulshackle still available for now. So again, that's it. The Kasrkin's gone almost immediately. And again, the only reason the Kasrkins are selling out the way they are is because of broken rules. The models are super cool. They're mediocre at best in Kill Team, but honestly, this is all from Astra Militarum players trying to exploit the broken combo for, basically like 15 to 20 mortal wounds with 2 command points, stratagem, and a relic. So again, as soon as these are all sold out, which it appears they are across the entire world, now I expect sometime in the very near future Games Workshop to step in and essentially put a limit on the mortal wounds to 6. So everything else I don't think is going to be an issue, with the exception of Soulshackle and Kasrkins. We may see the actual like Shadowvaults book sell out pretty quickly here. No restrictions or anything, so they must have plenty of those. So yeah, I think that was the biggest thing that we had to worry about was the Kasrkins and then also the Soulshackle set. And obviously the Soulshackle set not sold out yet, but I imagine by the time I post this video and a little time goes by, it will be also. But obviously no surprise on the Kasrkins, as that's what we were expecting. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video out there. We'll get it through the editing room and published so that hopefully people have that opportunity to grab Soulshackle before it's gone. But I imagine probably in the meantime it will be sold out. So please keep in mind that a lot of what's going on here over the last couple weeks in specific really hurts your friendly local game store, because a lot of those sales that they would be getting to capture a percentage of are now going directly through the web store instead. So Games Workshop is basically just cutting them out. So we're paying more. Our local stores are not going to make nearly as much profit or any off of these sets, and then Games Workshop captures it all. So please do everything you can in your power to either support your local game store or your online retailer, because even with the online retailers, maybe you don't have a local friendly game store, or you don't get along with them, or maybe they close down, something like that. But if you're supporting one of these online retailers, oftentimes that's someone else's friendly local game store. So you're still doing your work. You're just doing it a little bit differently. So that's it for this video. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check them out to save 15%. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.